Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today, national champs, the YSU women's bowling team, was celebrated at the White House. I also prepare Greek pasta salad. You'll love it. But first, the opening of Accessible Expressions Ohio at the Butler. We are at the Butler for Accessible Expressions Ohio, and Joy Mistovich is one of the assistant education directors here, and you are really responsible for bringing this to Youngstown.
It's the 31st year, and it's usually in museums and galleries across the state, and there's usually at least a 2-year waiting period because last year it was in Columbus, and the first year that I was part of Accessible Expressions Ohio, it was in Cincinnati, and I'm also on the Art Possible Ohio board as well.
Now, are these all artists from around Ohio? These aren't just local artists that are
just from
exhibiting.
all across Ohio, all across the state. Yes, 58 artists.
I mean, the art is so interesting, and you like photography. What other mediums do you practice?
Oh, I love any type of digital art. So I love using my iPhone, my iMac. I use a combination of AI tools, including ChatGPT, and I also use a unique technology service for the blind and low vision community. It's called IRA. It's Access to Information Remote Assistance. I'll never forget my acceptance date. So I officially found out on February 28th that I was accepted to the University of Kentucky online PhD program in arts administration. And I'm just so honored and excited to be a part of this cohort of 9 students from across the country.
How long is this show going to run so people can visit?
It'll be up through June 7th, and after June 7th, it'll travel to other galleries and museums across the state. So it goes all the way through the end of December this year. So everyone will have plenty of time to see this show.
Well, you might remember Kristen and Jamie from the radio station.
That's right.
You're also rock stars now.
I'm really good. I'm really good.
Are you good at singing too?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
What is one of your favorite songs you guys are going to perform?
I don't know. I don't know.
How about Walking on Sunshine?
Yeah, I like
I
Walking
think
on Sunshine.
she's doing that today.
And what's one of your favorites, Kristen?
Don't Stop Believing I'm doing that today.
Okay. I know, when you did Beth, that's one of my favorites.
I've got to bring Beth back out. I do.
You do that so beautifully. I've seen that a few times. Mark Castro.
Yes, my friend.
Do you do the lineup for the Feral Cats? Who figures out what song order you guys are doing?
Basically, me and Greg, we kind of pick and choose some songs that we think are going to fit into the show, and see like which songs are like appropriate for each show.
Of all the songs, you guys have a really long song list. What is your favorite?
Oh,
come on, you got to have one or two that you really love to perform.
That's hard to say. Probably one of our original songs. Shut Your Mouth is my favorite.
I love Shut Your Mouth, but now we've got Take a Hike.
Yeah,
I've not heard that one.
That's another original. Yes, we actually had that song online, like on the streaming services.
Oh, good. All right, so I have to look that one up.
Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube,
okay.
Places like that. It's online.
Well, I love playing drums. I was a little kid. I was a little boy a long time ago. And this year, I'm in a Feral Cats band. I am part of the band director this year. Everyone are here to support me, my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother-in-law, and my whole family.
See, you got a lot of fans. You're going to get more after today.
Yep, and all other vendors out there in Butler Art, they have food, the art show.
I know, it's a full day of activities. Alfred, you're a big boy.
I know.
So what are you going to play today?
I'm singing My Heart Will Go On by Shalon Dion.
Wow, that's a pretty tall order for a tall guy.
Well, I practice it so many times, so that's why I'm doing really good. I sing the original song and then I made it with my voice.
You have been playing bongos your entire life.
Yes, I have.
I remember going to the Youngstown Agora, and he'd go right up front, and you'd sit right there and right in rhythm.
Oh, yes, I do.
Give me a little sample today. Can you get different tones out of it?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds great. So we got a guitar hero here.
Yeah.
And you're gonna rip it out.
I'll rip it out. Yes.
And what guitar player do you really idolize?
God, I like NSYNC. I like to Lynyrd Skinner, see the top.
Wow, I mean, that's some tall grass you're walking in. You are now the George Martin of the Feral Cats. You know, everybody needs a little help.
Musical talents. I do like to think of myself as George Martin. Thank you, Casey.
And the Feral Cats, who came up with the idea to get this band together?
The main inspiration was Mark Castro, our lead singer. Mark has so much musical talent, and we needed to showcase it. So one of our employees, Jason Murphy, was involved with that. Joe P. was involved. It was pretty organic. I mean, we had so many people that were interested. It was, can we do it? Can we improve? I didn't want to do it if we were just going to go up there and air guitar it all the time. We had to see market improvement, and boy, have we. And you know, we're recruiting people that can play instruments now. People are getting better at it that didn't know how to play instruments. You know, we're researching music more. We're archiving music more.
But I'll tell you, Take a Hike.
Yeah.
That
original
was a good
song.
original.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they're coming up with the music, fitting the words in. You know, the whole musical process. I'm proud. I'm so proud of them.
Well, this whole thing that the Butler is hosting, you know, the inclusive art, and I'm so glad they invited the Feral Cats.
When they have these events where you're pooling people with so many varied disabilities together, you have to really just make it a celebration, you know, a celebration of people and really their idiosyncrasies, you know, celebrate this kind of stuff instead of, you know, putting it into a corner. So, you know, the fact that we're at Butler Art, you know, the Feral Cats, and I have folks from our residential sites wandering around here on their own, taking photos and studying the arts, and even staff members. You know, this is a great day, working a shift to come to Butler Art and hear music. You know, Youngstown is a great size for us because we could do these kind of things. We can get here quick, and so many wonderful people, you know, that are extending, you know, their arms, their hands for us to grab onto. It's phenomenal. It's great.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. This is Senior Solutions, brought to you by the Reese family, the owners of Briarfield Healthcare Centers. This new series will explain care programs available to your family. Right now, we're at Briarfield Place in Boardman. So while I'm here for physical therapy, can I have visitors?
Of course you're allowed visitors, and we encourage visitors. We encourage your family and friends, your grandchildren. It's all about quality of life and the social aspect of seeing your family, seeing your friends, even seeing your pet. We also encourage them to allow you to rest and participate in therapy, though, while you're here. It's more than just a physical well-being. We're promoting your overall mental health. So if the walls are closing in on you and you feel like you need to go home for a few hours a day, you could do that as well.
Briarfield knows you have lots of questions, and they have the answers. With Senior Solutions, you'll have a clear understanding of Briarfield's care programs. Prom is your time to shine. Tula's Bridal offers a large selection of one-of-a-kind gowns. So what's your style? Ball gown? Sparkly sheath? Cat-eye? Low back? Corset? Tula's carries exclusive designers. Discover the dress that's as unforgettable as you are.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
Welcome to Kamara Jewelers, a third-generation, family-owned business run by my brother, Rob, and I. We share a passion for beautiful jewelry and strive to help everyone find the perfect piece. From life celebrations to everyday moments, we've been honored to be a part of your story. Our collection ranges from unique natural diamonds to affordable styles, offering something for everyone. Come visit us anytime at Kamara Jewelers, where every piece tells a story.
Get real, get Kamara.
At Window World, family is the heart of our business.
And we're committed to giving you the family treatment too.
From your free estimate to installation and long after, whether replacing windows, entry doors, or the siding you've dreamed of.
We promise to treat your home like it's our own.
It's what we've stood behind for all these years, and for years to come, we'll continue to say,
not only do we stand behind our windows,
we stand on them.
You better come on. Well, I have been playing around with this recipe for a while. And basically, it is a pasta salad with Greek ingredients. I'm really not a big fan of mayo-based salads. They don't hold up well if you bring them anyplace. And I'm really just not a big fan of mayo. So this works really well. It's lemony and it's got a lot of bright freshness. And then of course, all the common ingredients that are in a Greek salad, the olives, the cucumbers, tomatoes, and onions. And I'm also adding chickpeas. And this really adds a little richness to the dish. It comes together really quickly, and I really think you're going to like it. So let's go over the ingredients for my Greek pasta salad. For the salad, you'll need 1.5 cups of a ditalini pasta, or any small noodle like an orzo, a 15-ounce can of chickpeas drained and rinsed, 2 cups of cherry tomatoes quartered, 1 English cucumber peeled and diced, 1/2 cup of olives pitted and halved, 1/2 cup of red onion chopped, 1 green bell pepper chopped, and 1/2 cup of feta cheese crumbled. For the dressing, you'll need 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, the juice and zest from 1 lemon, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 1 teaspoon of honey, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, and salt and pepper to taste. So I dropped the pasta, and to bring it to al dente, it's about 7 minutes. So while we're doing that, let's get the dressing assembled. This is super easy and super fast. We're gonna start with olive oil, and we'll get that in here. And then we're just gonna add everything else. The acid will be the lemon. And just for that extra punch, I love the lemon zest in absolutely everything. I mean, if it calls for lemon, it can have lemon zest. And then the honey, and this just balances out and helps emulsify everything. And then the Dijon mustard, another nice punch. And last but not least, the dried oregano. Or you can use fresh. And I would still use about the same amount, a teaspoon or so. So now that we've got all this assembled, I am just going to mix it thoroughly and get it nice and emulsified. The reason I'm doing this a little early is because I am going to put the chickpeas in and let them sop up some of this flavor. I got this tip from my sister Christine. And, or you can just soak them in the lemon juice. Now I am going to add the chickpeas and just stir it around. Oops. Okay, and just mix this all together. So we're gonna let these marinate all on their own while we wait for the pasta to finish. And then we'll drain it, let it cool for a little bit, and finish assembling the salad. How easy is this? So it's been about 15 or 20 minutes. I let the garbanzo beans, chichi beans, whatever you want to call them, marinate. And I drained and let the noodle cool. So now we're going to assemble the salad. We'll start with all these goodies. Doesn't this look great? Look at this. The tomatoes, the cucumbers. Now remember, this is very versatile. If you don't like any of these ingredients, you can switch it out or add extra. You know, I was trying to think of different things. I like the Cubanelle peppers. If you don't like onion, you don't have to add that. You don't like olives or a different kind of olive. I'm using the Calamita, but you can use whatever you want. Just make sure they're pitted, because then it's a pain in the neck. You know, you gotta cut it. And then I'm going to add now. And I mean, it's really pretty. It's got a great color. And I like the small noodle because you dice and chop all the other vegetables, and then it's a similar size, and it really makes quite a bit. So now I'm gonna toss it and just make sure everything gets coated with the dressing, and we bring up our garbanzo beans to join in all the fun. Ooh, it smells so fresh and so good. All right, so now it looks pretty well tossed. And I don't like to buy the cheese, you know, pre-shredded or pre-crumbled. So I'll crumble it now on top. And I love feta. So I've crumbled that up. And again, if you don't like feta, because you know who doesn't, Jelaine, you know, you can use a different kind of cheese, or don't use any cheese at all, you know, if you're dairy intolerant or anything. And then just mix it up a little bit more. So the official taste test for this pasta salad. It is absolutely delicious. And I'm telling you, the garbanzo beans are a real treat, because they really do have the flavor of the dressing. Really, really picked up nicely. And you see, it is such an easy and bright salad. It is perfect for summer, but I like it any time of year because it's just so light and easy and delicious. But Casal Garcia is probably the most famous of the Vinho Verdes, the green wine from Portugal. And you know, when I started drinking this stuff, it was like $5.99 a bottle. Now it's like $8, $9, $10.99 in some of the stores. It's crazy. But this is really good, and it's got an effervescence to it, and I recommend that also any time of year. So go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com. Look up this recipe. It is so easy, and you're gonna make it a ton of times. The Greek pasta salad. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Robbie Fellman.
And I'm John Stanko from Boardman Subaru, introducing the 2026 Subaru Outback, completely redesigned and winner of the 2026 Top Safety Pick Plus Award.
April is Subaru Loves the Earth Month, where we're giving away trees to plant right here in the Valley, all from the #1 brand in consumer satisfaction and safety.
Come test drive the all-new Subaru Outback today.
Only at Boardman Subaru, just south of Route 224 on South Avenue.
Locally sourced is good, whether it's ingredients or a bank, and that's why my bank is Farmers National Bank. Since 1887, Farmers has remained rock solid through every economic condition. Having a bank with a history of safety, soundness, and conservative management is a must. It all boils down to this. You need a bank that will help you reach your goals. I do too, and Farmers is mine. Farmers National Bank, rock solid.
You won't go home hungry from Carmela's. Come see us for family-inspired Italian favorites. We're open 6 days a week for lunch and dinner. Carmela's Cafe Italian Eatery, just like Grandma used to make, on Western Reserve Road in Boardman.
Mahoning County has 153,000 registered voters.
And we're only expecting 25% turnout.
Election day is May 5th. Early vote begins April 7th.
Your voice is your vote. Make a plan to vote.
Congratulations to Youngstown State's 2025 National Championship Women's Bowling Team. They were honored this week at the White House. Well, this is Amanda Granada, and she is a national champion. That's right, the YSU Penguins brought home the national championship for the women's bowling. And Amanda is a Jersey girl. Now, did bowling bring you here, or was it your education?
I definitely found out about Youngstown through bowling first. The team would actually come to a couple tournaments in Jersey, so I was able to go watch through high school.
Wow, so there is bowling scholarships. I mean,
Yes,
they
yes.
are looking now. This is really going to up the ante for our, our bowling.
It definitely
recruiting.
should, yes, and more girls should definitely get into it. There's so many scholarships out there for women's bowling.
So the Holiday Bowl in Struthers is HQ. This is the practice headquarters for the YSU Girls Penguins. And Doug Kaburski is their coach. And you were a college bowler yourself.
In a different century, I was a college bowler myself. Yes.
Nebraska. I mean, that is a haul.
Yeah.
And did you see any difference between like bowling back when you were in school to now?
Oh, definitely. The game has evolved. I mean, pretty much every 3 to 4 or 5 years, the game changes significantly. So yeah, you can imagine in the last 20 plus years that I've been out of college bowling, the game's evolved, and you have to evolve as a coach and as a player too.
So what is it? Like the balls?
Yeah, it's like any other sport. You have technology advancements, lane conditions, the coaching advancements. The players are more talented than ever. The coaching is incredible across the board. Your power, your rev rates are up across the board. I mean, if you look at old videos from the 90s compared to now on the ESPN tapes,
right,
it's incredible how much the game is advanced and it's changed.
What do you think about your new talent coming in?
Yeah, it's we're shifting gears now. Obviously, we had a lot of wonderful celebrations the last 2-3 weeks and enjoying our time together as they finish up their finals. But yeah, we're excited. Yeah, the talent's amazing. The personalities I think are going to be fun to work with, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they're all going to mesh and create a new identity for themselves.
Well, Hannah Miller is another returning bowler because you're losing a lot to senior status.
Yeah.
When did your passion for bowling start?
I am one that you would call a late bloomer. I did not start bowling until my freshman year of high school.
And then you just really fell in love with it.
Yeah, so my high school coach had worked with my father, and I played softball and volleyball at the time. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's add one more sport, which was a winter sport. And he's like, just come out and bowl. And here we are.
You think it's kind of an old-fashioned thing? And I mean, you guys are all hip and young, and, it's really not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think it's on the uptick now? Do you see it becoming more popular?
It's definitely on the uptake. For a while there, it was a lot of bowling alleys were shutting down, a lot of, prices were skyrocketing. And it just kind of became one of those things that bowling is something that once you get to this age, most of them have started when they were younger.
Right.
So trying to get the youth back into it, which I feel like is starting to happen. So we're going to start seeing that rise again.
And hey, even just locally, knowing that we've got national champions right here at our university.
Exactly.
You're going to go pro?
I've thought about it. My career path might be one that's kind of hard to go pro with.
What do you want to do?
I'm a mechanical engineering
Okay,
major.
well, yeah, it might pay better.
Yeah, so always kind of had the dream to go work for NASA. I love rockets, I love spaceships.
And right up in Cleveland, we've got a big center.
Yeah, bowling is not obviously just about skill, it's about the team and the team dynamic. And I've bowled with the same girls on the same team for 3 years since I've been here because we haven't lost anybody due to the COVID years. And so we're really going to work hard to try to keep that special bond that we've had and try to bring it and re-spark
so
it.
Close last year, and now, but you
exactly.
delivered. Well, this is Kara, and she is you were the only freshman on the team.
Yes.
So you're going to be carrying the weight for the next couple years.
We'll see, but yeah.
Now, I am learning a lot of stuff, so I want you guys to know some stuff. Now, I am these are my rental shoes that I got right here from Holiday Bowl. See, these aren't what bowling shoes are like anymore. Now, explain to me how these work.
Okay, these are SST8s by Dexter. So on this side you have the rubber so that you can't slide. And then on this side you have the slide, which are interchangeable, so you can take them off. In case you go to like a bowling alley that's a little bit stickier, you can put a higher number on and it slides more. And then you can change the sole as well.
Now, is this what everybody's wearing now, the bowlers?
Most people do wear them. I know the girls have a different type. They still have Dexter, but I actually had to get these ones because my feet are too big.
Do you have a pretty pronounced hook when you bowl?
It depends. Like sometimes yes, and then sometimes no. It really just depends on the pattern. Like this one on this lane is 37 feet. So that means that 37 feet on the lane, there's no more oil. It's gonna hook. The
You
lower
mean
the
all
number.
bowling lanes aren't the same length?
No, the bowling lanes are. The pattern is not.
Oh.
So 37 feet, when you go down to 37 feet, even if you go on the side, you can see where the oil stops, and that means your ball is gonna hook. So 37 feet is counted as short. When you go above 40, it's like medium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All these nuances.
A
How
lot of
long
things
have you
go
been
into bowling since I was 4. This is what we get before every tournament. This is a sport shot.
And that just shows how
The
oil
lane.
is laid down.
That's what the oil looks like on the lane.
The oil is flat, but then the topography can affect it too.
And is it always the same oil?
No.
What kind of oil is used on the
Fire
bowling
and
lanes?
ice. Yes. There's also Prodigy.
Yeah.
All of the other ones that just
I only know fire and ice.
Yeah. They evaporate faster or slower, and some of them are a little bit thicker, and which makes them evaporate a little bit slower, and they don't move on the lane as much, and it completely changes how a pattern you play depending on what type of oil is used.
Do they ever re-oil in the middle of a match?
No. For college, no. So us bowling on Friday and us bowling on Saturday, it would be the same pattern, but they re-oil in the morning on Saturday.
It just keeps changing,
Yeah.
you know, the shoes, the balls. I mean, it's just, I guess it keeps up with technology. But I mean, it's still going to be the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still going to be
Same goal of hitting the same 10
pins.
pins.
Right.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.